Have you ever wondered how you can render photorealistic results like these in minutes instead of hours? What if I told you that switching from Corona to V-Ray Vantage is easier than you think? Stick around, because that's exactly what I'm going to show you, step by step. In this video, we'll convert a complete Corona scene into a V-Ray scene and bring it to life in real time with V-Ray Vantage. Okay, the first thing we need to do is switch the render engine. For that, go to your render settings and change from Corona to V-Ray GPU. Perfect. Next, go to the V-Ray menu, then to Converters, and select the V-Ray Scene Converter. A small window will pop up. Simply click on Start Conversion. V-Ray will now analyze the entire scene and automatically convert all materials and lights for you. Once the conversion is done, all the elements, like the Corona lights, are now perfectly adapted for V-Ray. It really doesn't get any easier than that. Now for the magic part. Click on Export and Send to Vantage. Save the file wherever you like and wait a moment for Vantage to open up automatically. Welcome to Vantage. Before we get creative, let's start with a clean slate. To do that, first, turn off all the artificial light sources in your scene. Great. Let's begin with the exposure. Change the exposure mode to the simple value. Next, let's take care of the environment. Set the environment mode to physical sky. For a soft overcast look, I recommend changing the sky model to CIE overcast and setting the intensity to a subtle value of about 0.35. Now, let's create our first real camera. Just click on the Add Camera icon, an important checkbox. Enable the automatic vertical tilt correction. This instantly ensures professionally aligned, straight vertical lines. We'll set the exposure value to 7.5. Switch over to the Color Corrections tab. First, turn the highlight burn value down a bit. This prevents bright areas in the image from blowing out and losing detail. Now, it's time for the sun. Activate it with a single click. Set the intensity to a value of 0.9 and the sun position mode to altitude azimuth. And now you can just play around with the sliders until you like the light mood. Just give it a try. To get sharper shadows, change the size of the sun to 0.5. For an instant cinematic look, let's enable a LUT. I recommend using the LUTs from Corona. They are truly fantastic. I'll set the strength, or amount, to 0.65. Next, we enable hue saturation and slightly decrease the saturation. A value of -0.1 is plenty. For the white balance, let's go for a warmer value of 7,000 Kelvin. And last but not least, we'll enable chromatic aberration and leave it at the default of 0.03. This adds a subtle, realistic lens effect. That's already looking really good. Now let's turn all our artificial light sources back on and adjust their strength as we like. To keep things organized and avoid errors, let's set up our scene. Create a new sub-scene and name it something like Cameras. Do the same for environment and lighting. And now it's time to create our camera shots. Let's find a nice perspective in the kitchen area. To make the shot look more high-end, I'll increase the focal length to 90 millimeters. Use the controls to find the perfect frame. For a great depth effect, let's enable depth of field. Set the aperture size to around 45. Use the focus tool to precisely place your focus point on the desired object. If any objects are blocking your view, use camera clipping to avoid collisions. When you're happy, save the camera with a click. Make sure to apply the light and color settings we just created to the new camera. For an extra nice effect on reflections, you can also increase the anisotropy to 0.25. Using this method, you can now create as many cameras as you like. All right, before we render, let's collect all the cameras we created in the folder. Now, press the big render button, and in the camera selection, choose the group you just created. Turn off motion blur, since we are rendering still images. We'll set the render settings to Ultra. All that's left is to choose the save location for your images. You can see the render preview in the background. Just sit back, wait for the process to finish, and you'll find your final images in the destination folder. And that's it. You've successfully converted a scene and rendered it in record time in Vantage. Not so hard, was it? If you enjoyed this tutorial and want to see more, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Have any questions? Drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.